Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katy.
Let's talk Tri-State.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice, winner of the 2024 Best of the Tri-State Award.
One of our dearest friends here, Sam Thrush from the Downtown Chambersburg Incorporated, and you are the president.
Correct. Yeah.
So, Mr. President, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Katy and Tiny.
We love having you here. You bring so much fun and excitement.
Big smiles, love it.
Yes, we do.
Well, thank you.
Tell us, let's start with the beer festival.
Yes, that's coming up. That's
Yes.
2 Saturdays from now, October 26th in downtown Chambersburg. Brand new event. It's a fundraiser event. It's also an opportunity to try local and regional beers. Now, this is a year one event, meaning we're working through all the kinks, which I had a meeting today and everything's good to go and we're excited for it. But that means we're only able to invite like 9 local regional brewers to come to the event. We're hoping in the future that list keeps growing and we're excited for it, but we have 6 commercial breweries plus 1 home brewer joining us and then 2 cider businesses joining us.
Are they going to be bringing any kind of seasonal pumpkin type beers?
I don't know. I haven't asked, but that's a great question. What they will be bringing is fresh beer, fresh cider straight from the straight from their system, from their brewing systems that they have. It's not coming through a distributor, so we're getting it straight from the cow. Like a better word to say, but
No, Katy, beer does not come from cows. Okay?
but we're excited for it. Among the 6 commercial breweries, we got Chambersburg's Gear House Brewing Company and Barrel House joining us. We have Waynesboro's Rough Edges joining us, and Michaud Brewing, which we just announced Rough Edges a couple days ago, actually. And then Greencastle's Hidden Key Brewing Company is joining us. Williamsport, Maryland's Cushwell Brewing Company is joining us.
You have great breweries that are going to be
at
this.
Yeah, yes. And from a cider side of things, we got Chambersburg Screaming Bambino joining us, as well as Gettysburg's Atomic Dog cider joining us.
There you go.
The Fireside is that beer that you really liked that we had from Atomic Dog last year.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember? We tried it. It was so good. Yeah. How long does the event run?
Well, we actually did a schedule change just recently. We initially planned it to be 2 tasting windows, but then we saw that there's an interest in having it a little bit longer. So we made it into 1 3-hour tasting window. So you can taste from 4 to 7 p.m. unlimited small pours at the event. Check-in is at 3 o'clock, so we encourage people to come between 3 and 4 to check you in nice and smooth. And then we will, during that time, we'll have live music. We'll have food trucks available for purchase. We'll also have...
You're selling food trucks.
I'm not selling
Wow.
food
Sam,
trucks.
you've branched out.
Yeah, I occasionally get those emails.
Right.
You know, buy a food truck now. We will have food trucks available there for food purchase. So thank you, Tiny, on noticing that.
Just trying to lighten the mood there, bud.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a great day. I don't want to say how beautiful the weather's forecasted, but right now it
does look nice.
It does look nice for that date. So we're hoping that all goes well. We'll have day of tickets available. You can purchase tickets now and save a little bit by going to downtownchambersburgpa.com/Falling Spring Beer Fest.
Do you save like 5?
You've sampled all those places, right?
Absolutely. I'm telling you, when you were going through them, I'm a frequent visitor to all of those. If you purchase in advance, you save like $5.
$5.
Okay.
$5. Now, we are past the deadline. We did have tickets available for $30, so you were like saving $15 compared to day of, but we're now past that, so it's $40. We're looking forward to this event. We're looking forward to the future of this event growing. We're excited, and we can't do this without our sponsors. Presenting sponsor is Stacy Malott Group with Stacy Malott with Remax First Advantage. And then we also have Corning Credit Union as a pretzel sponsor, which they're going to have pretzel necklaces available for those to pick up at the event.
That is so perfect for that event. I've seen those before at different beer tasting events where you can.
Has this been all my life?
Yeah, they're hard pretzels on a necklace. Like you think about a candy necklace.
Oh, I'm envisioning exactly what this is, and I love it.
It's
I've been a part
perfect.
of it.
Yeah, hoping to place an order later this week with Johnny's for some special hard pretzels from Utz, and get a couple big containers of those pretzels, and we'll assemble those next week. And we also have a lodging partner, got that wrong. Hampton Inn over on Wayne Avenue. They are going to be our lodging partner, and we're grateful to that relationship. Mm-hmm. And we will continue to grow that relationship so that the event's not just for Franklin County to go to it. So people can come to Franklin County, enjoy the event, stay, mm-hmm. and hopefully, make it a 2-day thing.
And now, is this taking the place of the Food Truck Festival?
Fall Food Truck Fest. It is taking the place of that. And as we discussed offline prior, the food truck festivals in general, there's a lot of them. First, there's a lot of them that join the event calendar in Franklin County and also in Washington County, Maryland. We decided, secondly, we also saw that there's events that take a lot of sponsorship and a lot of volunteer time and a lot of overall bandwidth to help make the events happen. So we decided to, let's make Fountain Festival in the spring our focus for food trucks and other entrepreneurial activities. And then for the fall, we said, let's go much more of a ticket revenue base. So we're not asking as many businesses to be a sponsor. We appreciate all of our sponsors. It's just we understand that there's, a lot of people asking.
I know the Food Truck Festival, Tiny and I both were there last year.
You were?
With our radio station.
At the Fountain Fest.
And I can only imagine the manpower that it took to make
it takes
that.
A lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot, and we're grateful to all the volunteers and all the sponsors to help make all the events in Chambersburg happen. But we wanted to pare it back to much more of a ticket revenue driven event that has an ability to fundraise for our organization, which we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We also needed to understand, and this is a great segue for a talking point for our conversation today. We needed to understand our bandwidth and adjust a few things because Downtown Chambersburg, Inc. is the developer and property owner for the amphitheater mm-hmm. that we're building. And because we took that time and worked, now we're prepared enough to actually go through the pre-construction process and then the construction process of the amphitheater with the hopeful goal of fall 2025 having a ribbon cutting at the amphitheater next week.
And a concert.
Yeah. With hopefully Tiny emceeing it or Katy emceeing it.
If you want the talent, right here it is.
Well, you can come too.
So, but we're excited for the amphitheater project. Next week, we're actually doing a groundbreaking next week, and we're looking forward to that event. We're actually going to be sharing more publicly, hopefully tomorrow, about the groundbreaking event, what's going on, and we're hoping to have a nice 50 to 70 people at the groundbreaking.
I'm going to ask a few questions about the amphitheater.
Absolutely.
If you can't answer any of them, of course, that's fine. Do you have a name for it?
No.
Do you know how many people?
Are you asking for it to be called the Katy Amphitheater?
Obviously, that's where I was hoping we would go with that. If we're throwing names into a hat, we could just put that one out there.
So no, not yet. We haven't decided that yet.
How many people do you suspect it'll be able to fit?
Well, actually, I could talk about that a little bit more because Town Council in Chambersburg just approved the project on Monday night. We'll be fitting about 400 people sitting on the concrete blocks in the venue. There's enough of that. There's going to be room for blankets or lawn chairs outside of that area. So more than 400.
Mm. And the location in Chambersburg?
Right next to Chambers Fort Park. We've worked hard in the past 7 years of saying, come to Chambers Fort Park, come to Chambers Fort Park. So hopefully the listeners and viewers of this can say, yeah, we know where Chambers Fort Park is. But if they don't, picture yourself at the fountain mm-hmm. on Lincoln Way.
I'm there.
Head west as you're heading towards the creek.
Mm-hmm. It's to the left.
I got. Thank you, Tiny.
And on the right side before you cross the creek is a grassy piece of property where the amphitheater will be built. So it is a creekside amphitheater.
I'm amazed just thinking about it, because until you're there on the property, it's difficult to envision.
Mm-hmm.
Although passed by it many times, been near it, been on it, but I know for a fact that you are maximizing every square inch of property that you have, and this is going to be so. There's nothing like this really in our area.
Correct. I mean, each borough has some type of band shell of some shape, but not necessarily what we're looking at. I mean, if you're willing to drive a little bit, a great example would be the Carroll Creek Amphitheater inside the Carroll Creek Linear Park in Frederick, Maryland. They laid out a great structure that they have there, and we're hoping to mimic it to a point. We might not have as many opportunities to sit, but we're hoping to mimic that. That was our example, lack of a better phrase, of trying to see what we see what we could do here. We're excited to offer something fairly new. We're excited to build something on a piece of property that there wasn't really a plan for the property over the years. And back in 2015, 2016, my organization, Downtown Chambersburg Inc., our organization, we did a downtown master plan. And that was actually one of the concepts of putting an amphitheater on that property. So nearly 10 years later, we've been successful in not just submitting a grant application, but receiving an award of funding. And we're grateful to our state elected officials, notably State Rep Rob Kaufman. We're grateful to him, as well as all the hard work that our board of directors and various volunteers, as well as our engineer and our project administrator in the borough, for allowing and getting us to this point. We're excited. We're beyond excited.
What is the? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine, Tiny.
Put a bow on this part of our conversation is with the amphitheater. What is the projected cost for this? Because I know you said you got the grant money came in and was approved, so obviously that certainly is going to move a lot of needles for you. But didn't know if you know what the window was for that.
Well, our grant was approved for $879,000. Wow. And change, and that helped with the cost of acquiring the property, but it'll also help us cover the cost for phase one for the project. There will be parts of the project that we'll be doing some, fundraising from a naming perspective. Do you want to name a tree or a bench or a light pole of some? There will be
restrooms after Katy and
if Katy wants to.
You can see how highly Tiny thinks of me.
I do. Hey, look, everyone needs a restroom.
That's true. Well, sadly, restrooms are going to be much more for phase two. And phase two is something that we're going to strive for after we're done building phase one. We're grateful that we have a lot of relationships to help get us to the point of not just completion with phase one, but also to apply for money or raise money for phase two.
Well, so phase one gets you to what point?
Amphitheater.
To a usable amphitheater.
Including landscaping and a sound wall.
And open to the public as well?
Yeah. And then phase two will be a pavilion with some type of storage. I can't promise bathroom. I don't know yet about that, but it would certainly be amazing to have that kind of asset in our downtown.
You know what I love about you, Sam, is I've been to a lot of different events where Downtown Chambersburg Incorporated has been a part of it, and you're always very actively involved, but you always have a smile on your face, a lot of energy. It's very clear that you love where you live, you love what you do, always saying hello to people. You're very popular man. What do you love most about Chambersburg?
Well, the people is what I love about. I mean, every single one of our business owners and property owners, including consumers, they all have a different story. North Main Street, you have a business owner that's been on the block for about 7 to 8 years now, and he's always constantly trying to reinvent himself in the business, and he's grown in popularity over the years. We have a business owner on South Main Street that's been two business owners on South Main Street, 20 years, just celebrated 20 years. The other one is approaching 150 years. J&B Bridal is 40 years, 40 plus years. A lot of great people. and their stories are incredible. I also love meeting the entrepreneurs, the people who want to get into it. And I appreciate the opportunity to be involved and trying to help find them a space or help facilitate the conversation of what's your next step. And sometimes the next step is, have you talked to Small Business Development Center? And sometimes it's trying to point them to a property owner or a realtor to try to get them some space.
I think what's great about Sam as well is you have this, you're always visible at the events that you are responsible for. While you may not be able to participate in the ways that everyone else would, if it's a food truck fest, you're not able to, you don't have the time to go around but you are engaging with the community. You're checking on the businesses. You're walking, funny enough, you're walking beside me in high heels down Main Street.
Yeah, we did that before.
Yes, we did.
That was not an analogy. That actually happened.
That did happen.
It just so happens that the time that we did it this time was actually for a charity, so as opposed to just a normal Friday night.
I don't know where you're at on Friday nights, Tony, but yes, that was for a charity event. But I appreciate that, and thank you for saying that. That's been a goal over the past 6.5 years, is to be visible. If that means working out of the office or working, from a computer at the coffee shop, or just walking up and down the street and actually seeing the business owners, seeing the property owners, laying eyes on the great work that both of them have been doing. It's incredible, and I go through several pairs of shoes every year, Tiny. But we got a lot of great stuff going, and part of my job is, yes, the events, but more importantly, trying to encourage development, encourage business activity, to attract and retain business and developers, trying to share their story, trying to encourage them, trying to tell the community about them and say, hey, this person's amazing. You need to go shop with them. Or this person has the best ciabatta bread. Go shop with them. That's Affinity Cafe, in my opinion. They got great ciabatta bread.
You'd be amazed what people don't know, and it's all about education. You don't
know
that you can get great cinnamon buns here, or this place has something as simple as the best lemonade, or you'll never taste a better grilled chicken sandwich than here. These are things
that's true.
You don't know, and
That's
someone
true.
like you in your position, you've tried all of them.
And that's why I work out.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's great, and we got a couple new businesses coming up. I mean, Affinity Cafe just opened their doors. Kindred Spirits just opened their doors up in August. We have 68 Lincoln Way West. They're working hard to try to put in a chicken rotisserie restaurant in 68, which is right across the street from our amphitheater.
So we will be
Yum.
there a lot. Great.
And then Standard is opening up here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, which is a project the Gear House Brewing Company is doing. And I can't wait to share about what's going into 100 and 102 South Main Street, but it's exciting.
And I won't ask you any follow-up questions on
No,
that.
don't ask me any follow-up questions, but we're beyond excited for what's happening there. And a lot of great stuff in our downtown, and we're beyond excited. We're beyond excited to showcase everyone as to the best that we can. But it takes a village to truly make some of this revitalization, renovation happen in our downtown. I mean, Katy, you probably, and Tiny, you guys probably don't know that you can do an overnight date experience in downtown Chambersburg.
No,
And I
we
know-
can't.
And I know
I
there's
promise you we cannot.
there's a lot of art also in downtown
There
Chambersburg.
is, and past predecessors of mine worked on the Isaiah Zagar mural on the side of 100 South Main, as well as along the side of 33 North Main. You got the Foundry Art Market, who was formerly at 100 South Main. We relocated them to 54 Lincoln Way West, which it's a space that's built and designed for them, and it's a remarkable space that used to be, for those that are much older than me, they might remember that as the Gale Deal Sporting Goods building at 54 Lincoln Way West. Then we got Council for the Arts. They're a great and valuable asset to our downtown. And then from a performance side, we have Marlene A. Dance Studios. We have Capitol Theater as much more of that venue space. Chambersburg Ballet and the Chambersburg Community Theater, which next weekend they're having the Rocky Horror Picture Show event. You can go to Beer Fest and then go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, all on the same day.
There you go.
This Friday, the Capitol Theater's having a Queen tribute band.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get tickets on Friday to it.
Yeah, they sound. I've heard some of the stuff. They sound really good.
They do sound really good, but it's a lot of exciting stuff. And just bring it back to that overnight date experience. I mean, picture this, Katy.
A date is kind of where you. That's where I am.
I wasn't saying that, but picture you take yourself out for a date that night. You know, go to Queen tribute band. I think they're called King of Queen tribute band. Mm-hmm. Before that, go to Falafel Shack. After the tribute band, go to Bistro 71 for a cocktail and a slice of dessert. Get one of our 12 Airbnbs in our downtown that are fabulous Airbnbs in our downtown. I mean, there's one that sits right along the Falling Spring Creek, right above the waterfalls.
Yeah.
And it's a remarkable space.
Yes, it is.
And if you want to treat yourself to some retail therapy, we have Black and Blush.
I love those girls.
Golden Juniper, here's looking at you. We got 2 new boutique businesses opening up next weekend, Shabby Chic Boutique and also Happy Home. They're both opening up next weekend. Avocado Cafe. They just had an ownership change as well. It's a lot of great and exciting stuff. I mean, I have businesses come to me, Sam, we're looking for this space. We're looking for the space. It's hard to find space in downtown Chambersburg, and that's the reason why Lincoln Way West, there's a lot of activity of people wanting to invest in that street because we have that need not just from a commercial perspective, but also from a residential perspective.
And you have an amphitheater going in there, so that's going to
open
her up, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's exciting.
Well, Sam, thank you so much for spending some time with us and telling us all about downtown Chambersburg. We love having you here.
Yeah, and the Beer Fest next Saturday.
Yeah, it's on my calendar. Don't you worry.
She'll be there. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's on my calendar.
All right.
Coming up, we're going to take another look at news and sports. It's all powered by Legends Bar in Chambersburg. You can satisfy your sports fix at Legends Bar with game day specials and cold brews. Hollywell Avenue in Chambersburg.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.